Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marina, I'm Russian, and today is another cooking video on my channel. Today I will show you how to cook a vegan pie that is called manka. Now the reason why I'm making something vegan is not because I'm a vegan, it's not because my family is vegan, but it's because now it's March, and in March Russian Christians are having 40 days of fasting that continues until Easter holidays. And according to fasting traditions, Christians are not allowed to eat meat, eggs, and milk, and all the other products that actually derive from those three things. So that looks pretty much like being a vegan, only the main difference here, of course, is in the approach. Like Christians, they are not eating those products, they are fasting for, in order to clear their souls, to clear their bodies, to have a more clear head, and they are also doing this as a way to show their God that they are willing to sacrifice something for Him. So this is probably the main reasons why people are fasting, why Christians are fasting. But of course, like real nuns and real monks, they go on a very strict fasting. As for the usual people, we are just simply not eating those three things, and that's it. So, okay. This year I decided not to go on a strict fasting because I have a concern that going on strict fasting can actually negatively affect my immune system. And considering the situation in the world with coronavirus, well, it's better to stay on the safe side and not to fast really strictly. But still, I'm including some dishes for fasting into my family's menu from time to time. And my today's pie is one of my favorites and my family's favorites as well. The strange thing about my pie today is that it has almost no flour in the recipe. I mean, this is how much flour we are going to use for the whole pie. This is 1.5 tablespoons of flour, and that's it. Well, here you have a question. Probably, what are we going to use for making the pie? We are going to use manka as the basic ingredient of our pie. For those of you who do not know what manka is, or probably you have the same thing in your country, but it is called differently. This is made from wheat grain. So this is broken wheat grain. It's not flour though. It has little pieces that can be seen, but it's a different product. Yes, and it's actually a very popular thing in Russia, and it's used a lot in cooking. Like we are making kasha from manka for our kids. If you are interested in what kasha is, I will have a link to my video about kashas at the end of this video. So manka is also used when making meatballs or when baking something from cottage cheese, for some sauces, and stuff like that. So manka is a pretty popular product in Russia and in former USSR countries as well. So okay, let me show you the ingredients and let's start making our pie. These are all the ingredients that we are going to need today for our baking. We will need 100 grams of sugar, some salt, some vanilla sugar as well, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 100 milliliters of peach syrup, peaches themselves. The main ingredient that we're going to use is manka. We will need 200 grams of manka. Well, approximately that's That's one big glass. If you don't have the weights, you can just use a glass. 1 glass of manka and just a little bit of flour. Now that is 1.5 tablespoon of flour. So these are our ingredients. Actually, as for the peaches and the syrup, I've bought a can like this with with 420 grams of peaches, and this can was exactly 100 grams of syrup, and that is as much as we need. So 1 can will be enough for you. First off, let us mix together some peach syrup and sugar. I will add the salt as well, some vanilla sugar, I need the sugar to dissolve. Now I will add the rest, our flour and our manka. The ingredients are mixed, and now we will leave this dough for about 15-20 minutes. This time will be enough for our manka to soften and to absorb the liquid that we have put in. The pie is almost ready for baking. The only thing left for us to do is put in some peach pieces. Perhaps this much will be enough. Let us see. Now I will put the big one over here in the middle and little pieces over here. I'm slightly pushing them into the dough. That's it. Now we can put our pie in the oven and bake it. Our manik is baked. It took me 35 minutes to bake this, and the temperature in the oven was 180 degrees Celsius. So let's have a closer look and cut one piece. If you have a closer look, you will see that the sides of our pie have darkened a little bit, have turned brown, slightly brown. It means that it's ready, and yes, it's pretty firm. So let's cut ourselves one piece and let's see what's inside. That's how it looks. Let's give it a try. It is pretty soft, but not too soft. It is mildly sweet, and it tastes absolutely different from the pies that you make with flour. The structure is soft, but when you eat it, you feel little chunks of manka inside. Well, I can say that when you bake something with manka, you can use any type of liquid that you like. If you're not making a vegan pie, then you can use some yogurt or some milk, or even some chocolate milk or some coffee. Yeah, you can use any liquid you like. You just put it in your manka, set it aside for some time in order to soften and absorb this liquid, and then you can cook it and have a different taste, different aroma to your pie. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed my today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave your comments. See you in my following videos. You know, guys, I received a request from one of my viewers to cook Russian soup called solyanka. But the thing is that I have never cooked this soup before and I'm not sure that I know how to cook it. But the matter of fact, there is one more person who's waiting for me to cook solyanka. It's my dad. He has been asking me for a few years already to make him a solyanka soup. So I guess it's time for me to learn how to cook it and make a video about it. So have a little bit of patience. Solyanka is coming.